Hello, my friends. Welcome back. My name is Justice Knight, and I can't thank you enough for being here. As you see next to me, it says, keep calm and wash your hands. Some amazing... Oh, I touched a microphone. For those of you who have been watching the news, realize what a joke that little joke is. You see, because what they're trying to do is instill a panic and a fear in all of us. In some ways... Obviously, the coronavirus is a very real virus, a very real threat, especially to certain age groups. However, that fear is being spread a lot wider. Now, before we go any further, if you haven't joined us over at restrictedrepublic.com, I certainly hope you will. On Lisa and I, we're going to give you 30 days for free just to see you through this crisis. So you can not only get the information you get here, but you can also find more information over there, the things that they don't like when we discuss on YouTube. So again, free for you. And that's actually the discount code also. FREE, the number 4, the letter U. Put it in a checkout. Take the next 30 days on us. Let's get through all this craziness. The craziness that, as Associated Press states, Americans brace for a new life of no school and growing dread. A dread that, in many ways, I see them creating. Just watch your mainstream news media headlines. And our government's no better either. They seem to be ratcheting up things beyond where they need to be ratcheted up. But now there is something that's actually more contagious than coronavirus. There's actually two things more contagious. One is fear. Number 2 is common sense. That's what's starting to rise in the background, and rightfully so. It needs to. You can look at all the charts like this one, jump in U.S. coronavirus cases. Just realize that scale is a little bit skewed. Let me give you a different scale. If you haven't followed us on Twitter, you'll see these pop up as much as we can put them up there. World population 7.6 billion. Coronavirus deaths now are around 5,000. And you see the percentage, 0.0000005217%. And that is what is creating this mass amount of panic. This mass amount, and you can watch it because you can see these charts to pop up. And of course, when they throw the charts, they put all these bright and bold colors and how bad it's affecting. Because what is it that they actually want out of us? Do they want the economy to tank? Epic times, possibly a few months until life returns to normal, top U.S. official says. But that's not all he said. Anthony Fauci, that's not all he said. No, I'm going to give you the rest of what he said here in just 1 second. Because there's just so much information occurring, it's almost hard to keep track of. So we're going to take another step forward. This advice, which leads to the original picture I showed you, advice from this Brit in the midst of the coronavirus pandemonium, keep calm and carry on, is still good advice, and it is for the vast majority of Americans. Now, those who are immunocompromised, obviously this is a very dangerous time, and self-quarantine is the right choice. The elderly, which a large part of my audience is, you need to take extra precautions. There's no question of that whatsoever. And for those of you who aren't elderly, we need to help the elderly to assure that they can get the supplies they need instead of the pandemonium, which I've gone out and recorded in the mornings now, of every store and people overstocking to a level that's never been seen before for products they'll never possibly need, because our food supply here is not that of third world countries or European countries. We are by far the best anywhere. We can restock our stores faster than anybody. But what we're doing is we're harming one another right now, and that is of terrible concern to me and should be to you. So if you're going to go to the store and buy extra supplies, let's give them to the food banks. Let's give them to the homeless. Let's give them to the elderly so they don't have to leave their homes and potentially get infected with something they can't fight off, like you and I or our children. Because that's the reality of this crisis that they don't want anybody speaking about, because that would be what will become quickly contagious, which is common sense. Coronavirus versus the flu, the difference between 1% and 0.1% fatality rate is huge. It is absolutely huge. But is that huge enough to shut down the American economy, shut down restaurants, shut down bars, shut down everyday life, and scuttle everybody in their homes? Or is that the power trip that's going on right now? The power to overtake you and I. The power to show us that the minute we decide that you're going to be locked up in your home, you'll be locked up in your home. Don't worry about all those people who rely on tips. Don't worry about all those service industry professionals who are going to lose their jobs. Don't worry about everybody else. Let's just keep pushing the fear. The fear of hundreds of thousands could die if we don't take coronavirus seriously. But that, again, isn't all he said. But have you heard this? I'm going to just let you listen in for a second.
At this picture, you actually touched the same podium. I'm sure you've seen this in microphone as the president and other CEOs, even at the same time. The vice president has taken a test for coronavirus. He tested the president has tested negative, I should say. Has Vice President Pence, have you taken a test? Are you going to take a test?
No. Well, I'm not taking a test for the same reason. I have no symptoms. I'm practicing pretty good social.
I'm not taking the test because I have no symptoms. Common sense. Common sense. You don't have to say that it's just another strain of the flu. We get that. It's a more deadly strain of the flu as it appears right now because, again, the statistics aren't fully out there yet. But nonetheless, he's not going to take the test because he has no symptoms.
Distance. I don't go to.
But it's hard to fully do it as we
But not everybody in the United States should take a test. I mean, I have no symptoms. There's no reason for me to take a test. If I'm in a situation where I'm at a higher risk, I will take a test. The picture you showed about the microphone. Let's get real here. I mean, there are certain things that you have to do. If I left the microphone at that, you would see nothing but the microphone.
Common sense. I moved the microphone down, I moved the microphone up. What's the matter if I wash my hands? That's the key. Wash your hands and keep calm. We covered that at the very beginning of the broadcast with the graphic that was put out. And that's where we need to keep focused on. The UK is taking some common sense measures. I don't like the title, UK wartime style 4-month elderly quarantine plan. If it will preserve and protect the elderly or the immunocompromised, then let's help them. Let's help get them supplies. Let's keep them in safety. The rest of us will build up tolerances when we get the coronavirus. But that's not what they want, is it? No, they don't want you to build up tolerance. They want everybody quarantined. They don't want anybody exposed to the virus. Because then it's really easy later on down the road when they come out with the miracle cure for you to have to take it. Now, that's right. I'm not going to buzz in on the keyword here, but you all know exactly what I'm talking about. And that's one of the agendas that are circling around. Now, I try not to keep you too long here. I know everybody is extremely busy, but there is some common sense advice, even this here. But Representative Nunez, thank you so much for coming out and saying what we were all thinking. Hold on one moment.
A lot of concerns with the economy here because people are scared to go out. But I will just say, one of the things you can do if you're healthy, you and your family, it's a great time to just go out, go to a local restaurant. Yeah. Likely you can get in easily. Let's not hurt the working people in this country that are relying on wages and tips to keep their small business going.
We're very sympathetic.
Don't run to the.
Understood.
Yeah, just don't run to the grocery store and buy $4,000 of food.
Right.
I cannot tell you how much I appreciate finally somebody in government coming up, standing up, and saying what is right to be said. You see the fear and the pandemonium? It's a perfect globalist plot to take over everything. They love it. They love you locked in your home. They love everything shutting down. They love the economy tanking. They'd love you never to build up your immune system to anything. So when they come up with their miracle cure, you have to take it. Quit being brainwashed. Open up your mind. Watch what's happening. Be safe. Practice well. If you're not feeling well, absolutely self-quarantine yourself. You don't need to spread it. But outside of that, let's get back. Let's keep calm, wash our hands. And I got a whole lot else I want to bring up, a whole lot of other different points for managing your stress, for managing this virus, for managing your lifestyle. But again, I've taken too much of your time. There's many, many other broadcasts coming up that we're going to be putting on Restricted Republic. So if you do have the opportunity to go over there, we certainly hope you will. Once again, as is a sign of us to you, free for you, FREE, the number 4, the letter U. Come over there, 30 days for free on us. Enjoy it as you get through all the craziness of this. We know it's a tough time for everybody. We're not going to make it any tougher. We're simply going to be there to provide you information and updates. And trust me, they're going to be coming at a pace like we've never seen before. Until next time, my name is Justice Knight. I can't thank you enough for being here. Godspeed and God bless. Signing out.